Okay, Saturday. So, sun is shining. It's going to be a lovely weekend, although I can see the clouds coming over already, but it's not meant to be too rainy today. So, rubbing those legs, hands all the way up, all the way down. So, just getting blood flowing, getting the circulation going. Push on those hands down the outside of those legs. And then pushing over those quads. And then thumbs down on the inside of the legs. And then down on those shins and the calves. So rubbing those hands up the underneath. Take hold of the calves on the underneath and just give them a bit of a knead. And just get the feel like they're being used. And then squeezing up through those hamstrings. And then rub all the way down to your feet. Soften your knees. Take hold of your feet. Pull your tummy forwards. Pull your tummy onto your thighs. Let your arms go over your armpits, go over your knees. Pushing your head over your toes and then pushing that right knee down. And then pushing that left knee down. Pushing that right knee down. Pushing that left knee down. And then pushing both knees down. And then releasing those feet, come and sit yourself up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders up to your ears, round and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Big movement with those shoulders, all the way forwards, up, round, back. And then put those hands on your legs and roll yourself all the way forwards again down to those feet. Pushing those fingers or the thumb on the big toe. Push the big toe away. Push the second toe in away. And the third toe, and the fourth, and the baby toe. And then take hold of those toes and pull them down towards the ankle, towards the leg. Bend them, flex them. Use the ball of your hand if you want. And then the second toe, and then the third toe. So I tend to do the pulling down this way. I tend to do with the ball of my hand, do them all together. My toes don't really like being individually touched, but I have to do them individually the other way because I tend to get cramps, so I'm pushing them away again. All the way along. And then hold those feet and turn them away from each other. And then turn the balls of those feet towards each other and use your hands. So you really turn through those feet. And then release. Massage your thumb into the arch of your foot. Just rubbing it all the way down that spring ligament, down to the heel. Back up to the ball of the foot. And then release those feet, let them point straight upwards, run those hands up your leg, bring yourself up to vertical, rolling your shoulders again. Roll those shoulders up, put your hands on the floor behind you. So I'm going to just put my fists down, bring the upper arms together, push forward, squeezing those shoulder blades together, breathing in. Breathing out, stretching through that chest, putting the shoulders away from each other, pushing the breastbone forward. Take your chin all the way up to the ceiling and really jut it out up to the sky. Stretch through that neck and throat. Pull that chin all the way down into the chest. Push the top of the head away from those shoulders. Pulling those shoulders together still. Lifting that breastbone up. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then turn the eyes to the right side of that right leg. Feel that stretch through the neck. Feel the stretch through the back. Just turn the face a bit. A little bit clockwise, a little bit anti-clockwise. Let the eyes swing to the front. Let those eyes swing round to the left side of the left leg. Pulling that right ear away from the right shoulder. Squeezing those shoulders together. And then rock that face. A little bit clockwise, a little bit anti-clockwise. And then release, bring those eyes up to the front. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, push that chest forward. Keep those eyes horizontal, use your heels, pull yourself forward. Big breath in, kind of hard to breathe in when you're squeezing like this. Breathe out, release those hands. Put those hands on my legs and roll yourself forwards. And notice when you're all the way crunched forwards like this, or all the way open, it's hard to breathe. You need to be vertical in neutral. Holding those ankles. Pull your body down towards your legs. Push those legs down towards the floor. Loosen that head. Bring yourself all the way up to vertical. Put that left hand on the right knee, right hand behind, lift and turn, looking round to the right. Lift that chest up high, turn that body, push off this leg, push off that hand, looking over that shoulder. And then release, come back to the front. Put the right hand on the left leg, left hand behind, lift and turn the other way, push. Looking over that left shoulder, breathing in, breathing out, pushing off that shoulder. Come back round to the front. Put those hands on those legs. Let them slide all the way down to those feet again. Reaching, let that head come down, eyes come down to the floor, holding around those feet. Pull yourself forward towards those feet. And then sit yourself up vertically. Bring those hands up in front of you, breathing in. On the out breath, lower all the way down to the floor, slowly down, one vertebra at a time, stretching through the hip flexors, stretching through the legs. Bring those hands all the way overhead. Reach and stretch, push that right hand away from the right foot. Lengthen. Push that left hand away from that left foot. Lengthen that way. Really make them as long as you can. Push both hands away from both feet. Lengthening. Bring those hands up to the sky. Push those hands up and reach. Push that spine into the floor. Pull those shoulders down into the ground and lift that spine away from the floor. Push the back of the head into the ground. Push those hands up to the ceiling, flattening that back to the floor. Bring those shoulders into the ground, lifting that chest up. Pushing those hands up, reaching and stretching. Bring those shoulders into the ground, lift that spine. So we're kind of doing the rounding and flattening line. Bring those hands wide, backs the hands to the floor, out like a scarecrow. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. You can shimmy so that you can give your shoulders space, pull them in. And reach those hands away, bring them all the way up to the sky, flatten them back. And then take those hands apart all the way down to the floor, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then bring those hands up together, flattening that back. Bring the chin into the chest. Roll yourself all the way back up to sitting. Reaching forwards all the way down those feet. And then push your fingers on your toes and push your toes away. Pushing those toes. Push the thumb into the ball of the foot. Anytime there's an opportunity, let yourself come up to vertical. Bring that roller in behind you. Bend those knees up. Put the elbows on the roller. Breathing in. On the out breath, breathing out, stretching all the way over the roller. Push the chest up to the sky. Empty those lungs. Take those hands over the head if you want to, if you feel like it. Reaching and stretching. If that feels too stressful or too much, keep your hands on the roller. Or behind your head, bring your head back up. Move that roller up a touch, breathing in. Breathing out, rolling or stretching rather, all the way over, push that chest up high. Let that head come down. Take those hands overhead if you want, palms together, reaching and stretching. Lengthening, and then slide those hands back in, take hold of the head, bring that head all the way back up. Move that roller up a bit, breathing in. Breathing out, lengthen, stretch all the way over it. Push that chest up, push that head down, take those palms together, push those hands away. Lengthen and stretch. Push the tailbone into the floor. Push the breastbone up high. Bring those hands all the way back in. Sit yourself back up, move up again. Breathing in, on the out breath, let that head go down to the floor. Take those hands together, reach and stretch. Lengthen, breathing in. Breathing out, bring those hands back, take hold of the head. Roll that roller down towards those bottom ribs. Roll that roller all the way back up towards the base of the neck. Roll that roller down towards those bottom ribs. Roll that roller back up towards the base of the neck. Roll down towards those bottom ribs. All the way back up to the base of the neck. Lean on the left side. rolling all the way back up. All the way down, leaning on that left side, going all the way over onto the left. Just going through that armpit, down through those bottom ribs, back over onto the back. Supporting the head if you need, all the way back, all the way onto the back, opening through that, opening that chest, letting that head stay down. Coming back onto that right side. So visualize that you are a rolling pin and some pastry, and every inch of your body wants to be rolled, so don't leave any bits. So we're just going all the way smoothly over, not focusing like we do on a Tuesday on the arms, or sorry, on a Thursday. So keeping going through that armpit all the way down that side to those bottom ribs, and then start to come back. And then you can take your arms over your head. Anything goes, whatever you feel like doing. Stretching. And then when you come back onto your back, rest with that roller in the bra strap area. Put that head on the floor. Take those hands palms together. Reach and stretch them. Take those legs out straight. Push them away. Reach that right hand, take hold of that right hand and stretch it, push that right foot away. And then take hold of that left hand and stretch it, pushing that foot away. And then just little moves forwards and back. Go over onto that right hand side. Lengthen those legs. Pushing the left hand away from the left leg. Stretching all the way over, feel the stretch through those ribs. Really feel them opening on the top side of your body, rolling a bit forwards, rolling a bit back. Bend the knee, bend the top arm, rolling back onto the back, shimmy it a bit, and then roll onto the other side. Underneath leg straight, underneath arm straight, and then extend the top leg, top arm, using that roller to increase the bend and flexion in that rib cage, pushing. So it might be a bit tender, so just be careful. Keep your bum on the floor if you need. If it's too much, take the top arm, bend the top arm, bend the top leg, and then release. Bring the leg in, bring the arm in, roll back onto the back, and then let's take hold of the head and just roll that roller down, roll that roller up. Move that roller all the way down, all the way up. And then rest the bum on the floor when you're ready. Bring that chin into the chest and sit yourself up. Move that roller out of the way. Sitting up tall. Roll those rollers up to the ears, round and back. Roll those rollers up to the ears, round and back. Shoulder, shoulder. Put your hands under your legs. Bring yourself up tall. Bring that chin into the chest. Tip that head so the right shoulder goes, right ear goes to the right shoulder. Bring those eyes up. So we just do a bit of a neck rotation. Take that head all the way over the other side, stretching the right shoulder away from the right ear. Bring that head down. So we just gently, be careful of the neck, but just gently stretching those muscles in that neck. All the way down. Now we go 2 circles the other way. So I'm kind of not dropping my head backwards too far, just stretching the back of the neck, stretching the side, bring that chin up, bring that head over, and then just release it down the front. Bring that chin into the chest, take those hands all the way down to those feet, stretching, put the thumbs in the arch of the feet. Give that a bit of a massage, and then sit yourself up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders down and back. Put those hands behind, reach them behind a bit, squeeze those shoulders together, and then lean on those arms and push that body up. Take the chin up, push it, jut it up. I can't talk when I do that, so stretching that neck, and then bring that head back up to vertical. Bring yourself up nice and tall. Bring those hands up in front of you. Glide forward, pushing forward, coming onto your front bottom, stretching those hamstrings, sitting up vertical, breathing in. On the out breath, push those hands forward, bring the toes up. Bring the toes up and feel the stretch in those calves. And then come back up. Point those toes away. Glide forward, feel there's no stretch in the calf. Feel the stretch through the front of the legs. Reach further and get it into the hamstrings. Slowly bring the toes up and you'll feel it change. Stretch into the calves. Bring yourself up to vertical. Keep those toes up, reaching forward. Feel you go into a stretch at the calf. Point the toe, it releases, reaching forward again, deepens into the hamstrings. Bring yourself up nice and tall. Put those hands together. Lower yourself slowly down to flat. Turning the pelvis, taking one vertebra at a time, all the way down to the ground. Bring those arms over your head, reach and stretch. Lengthen, pull those shoulders down to the waist again. Bring those arms up to the sky. Bring the right knee in. Bring the left knee in. Hug those knees in, lift the tailbone up and release. Hug those knees in, bring the tailbone up and release. Hug those knees in, bring the tailbone up and release. Take those arms up into the sky. Take the backs of the hands down to the floor. Pull those shoulder blades together. Drop the knees to the right. Turn the head left. Turning the head left, trying to get the left nostril on the floor. Left ear on the floor, pulling those legs down to the right. Take the right hand, put it on top of that left leg and just pull it down. Hold it there. Put the right hand back on the floor. Lift those legs up. Drop them over to the right. Turn the legs left, eyes right. Shoulders pulled together. Lift and turn, pushing that right ear to the ground, right nostril to the ground. Take that left hand onto that right thigh. Just pull that leg down. Feel the stretch into those through the waist. And then release, put the hands back on the floor. Bring those knees all the way back up, drop them over the other way. Turn the eyes, push those hands away, push the nostril to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring those feet and those knees up into the sky. Drop those knees over, take those eyes over to the right. Push that right nostril to the floor. Push those hands away. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring those knees all the way up into the sky. Keep them here. Bring those arms up. Bring those knees into the chest. Lift that tailbone up. Release. Let those knees drop out to the side. Put the arms on the inside of your legs. Push the back of the head into the floor. Lift the shoulders away. Stretch the inner thigh. Lengthen the head from the tailbone. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pull those legs apart. Holding them apart. Push the knees into those arms. Breathing in. Breathing out, release. Let those knees stretch. Let those legs, the inner thighs stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pull those knees. Use your hands and pull those knees back together. Push that right leg away. Pull that left leg up in towards the armpit. Stretching the leg away from the left leg away from the right leg. Pulling that foot up, pulling that knee up, stretching through this groin. Bring that left leg, all the way over to the right. Push that knee down towards the floor. Use your hand, push the other hand away. Left hand away, eyes left. Left ear to the ground. Breathing in. Bring that tummy to the sky. Bring the breastbone to the sky. Push the hip after the knee. Push the shoulder after the hand, stretch through that body. Reach the right leg away, point that toe. And then release, roll over onto that right hand side. And take hold of that left foot in the left hand. I'm going to do something slightly different here. Take that left foot in the left hand. Now put that left foot and the left hand on the floor behind you. Now with this right leg, bend it up, rest it on that left knee if you can. And then pull that right foot down towards the floor and feel the stretch change on that left leg. Pushing that left hip forward. Feel the stretch in, I feel it into the kneecap a bit more, down the outside of my leg more. Using that right leg, pull it down. Breathing in, pull the back down to the floor. Breathing out. Breathing in. I can roll the back, open myself, roll onto my shoulders a bit more. Let that left leg stretch away more. Feel that stretch through the front of that leg. Feel it down through the outside edge, down into the hip. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now take that right foot off and then push yourself back onto your your right hand side. And then just rolling back onto your back. Bring that left knee up into the armpit. You might feel it a bit tender in the back, so just pull that knee in, let the back go onto the floor. And then pull that leg over you, push that other hand away, left hand away, stretching. Stretching through that hip, stretching through that leg. And then roll back onto your back. Take hold of that left leg. Put that left foot on that right knee. Pull the right knee towards you, push that left knee away. Breathing in. Breathing out, push that knee away, stretching. And then release that right leg. Release that left leg. Hands overhead, reach and stretch. Bring those hands up to the sky. Push them up and flatten the back in the floor. Pull those shoulders into the ground, lift that spine up, bring those hands out wide to the ground. And then bring those hands all the way back up into the sky. Bring that right knee in, pull that right knee up. Pulling that right leg away from the left leg. Feel the stretch through the groin. Feel the stretch through the hip. Pull that right leg all the way over the body, pushing that right hand away. Right knee to the floor, hip follows knee, hand, shoulder follows hand, tummy button up to the sky, breastbone up to the sky. Right shoulder, right ear to the floor, breathing in. Breathing out, lengthen. And then roll onto that left hand side. Take hold of that right foot in that right hand. Pull that right foot and right hand away from you, pushing it backwards. Take that right foot to the floor behind you. Bring that left foot up and rest the left foot on that right knee or right thigh. Just let that leg drift behind you a bit. Let that back come, that head come over, those shoulders come to the floor, let the back come over, feel the stretch through the quad. So this one, I feel the stretch much more in the quad. Feel it a bit more up the side of my leg, a bit through the hip. Let that foot push away behind. Pull the back down to the floor with the tummy muscles. Keep those shoulders down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pull the tummy down. You feel the knee will lift up. And then roll back onto the side a bit. Let that left leg come off. Let go of that right leg. And then just roll back onto your back. So I can feel this in my lower back a bit. So I'm going to pull that left knee in, flatten that lower back to the floor. I'm going to turn this right leg. Bring that left leg in, put the right foot on the left knee, pull that left knee towards, push that right foot away. So the lower back gets a bit compressed when you put your leg over like that, in that quad stretch. Push that right knee away, hold it like this, push the knee back into the hand. Breathing in. On the out breath, release, lengthen, turning that leg. turning that leg. And then release, let that leg go out straight, let the right leg go out straight, let the left leg go out straight. Hands overhead, reach and stretch, pull the toes to the nose, pull the knees to the floor, point those toes away, bring those hands all the way up to the sky, bring the chin into the chest, roll yourself all the way up, hands on your legs, reaching all the way forward, lengthening, stretching through that back. Let those knees lift up slightly. Bring that tummy right onto those thighs. Push those knees down towards the floor. Breathing in, breathing out, release. Swing your legs around and come onto all fours. Hands on the floor. Hands are under the shoulders, middle fingers parallel. Feel like we haven't been on our hands and knees for ages. Turn the inside of the elbows forward. Turn that tailbone down, push that back up. Turn that tailbone up, bring the back down, push the eyes up, stretch through that belly. Really push that chest forward, turn that tailbone down, push that back up. And then turn that tailbone up, bring that back down, lengthening. Breathing in. Breathing out, keeping your body in this arched position, glide backwards towards those feet, take the tummy button down to the thighs, close that hip joint. Hold yourself here, keep the hands in the same place on the floor, pull those knees apart, engage the glutes and lift yourself back up onto all fours. Breathing in, glide that body back, keep the tailbone up, tummy down to the thighs, stretching back. Breathing out. Pull those knees apart, lift yourself back up onto your hands. Keep those knees pulling away from each other, keep those glutes engaged, glide yourself back. Bring that tummy all the way down onto those thighs. Letting the bum go backwards a bit if you want. Stretching. Tummy right on those thighs. Pulling those knees apart, lift yourself back up onto all fours. Breathing in on the out breath, push those hands forward. Let those hands come out all the way out. Bring that chest to the floor. Try and take the chin to the floor. To start with, you drop your forehead down. Push those hands away. Push those armpits down. Push those forearms into the ground. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lower those armpits, lower that chest. Now pulling those knees apart, see if you take your bottom backwards, see if you can just slide those hands back in, use the bum and bring yourself back up. So rather than walking our hands back, good. Okay, holding yourself here. Tailbone down, bring those eyes up. Tailbone up, keeping the knees pulling apart. Bring those eyes down to keep the glutes engaged. Tailbone up, bring that belly down. Slide those hands forwards, take that chest all the way down to the ground. Reaching forwards with those hands, coming into that puppy again. Bringing that chin down to the floor, bringing that chest down to the floor, breathing in. Push those forearms into the ground, stretch through those armpits, breathing out. Lengthen. Lengthen the hands away, keeping the bum where it is. We're just stretching in those armpits, so we're making those shoulders extend more, which makes our fingers go away from our body more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now take the bum back a little bit, pulling the knees apart, lift your body up, slide your hands back in. Good. Little middle fingers parallel. Turn that tailbone down, bring that back up. Turn that tailbone up, bring that back down. Push those eyes up to the sky, pulling those knees apart, breathing in. On the out breath, slide those hands all the way forward one more time. Take that chest all the way down, take that chin all the way down. Breathing in, push those hands away on the out breath. Breathing in, squeezing, pulling those knees apart, engaging the glutes. On the out breath, stretch through those armpits, push those forearms into the ground, lengthen, trying to get the armpits down to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, lengthening, releasing the tension, lengthening. And then slide the bum back. So push off your fingers, slide your bum back a bit, pulling the knees apart, bring yourself back up. Good, turn that tailbone down, push the eyes down, push the back up. Turn that tailbone up, bring the belly down, bring those eyes up. Pull those shoulder blades away from the ears. Take that right ear around towards that right hip. Stretch. So I've got my back sunk slightly still. Turn that body around. So you take the left ear to the left hip with that belly sunk, tailbone up a bit. Come back to the middle, lengthen, come back to neutral, pull that chest up. Breathing in, on the out breath, come down onto your elbows. Take that right leg out straight behind, take that left leg out straight behind, come into the plank. Push those heels away from the top of the head, glide that body forwards, glide back, glide forwards, glide back, glide forwards and back. Good. Back, one more, forwards, back. Hold yourself here, clench your bum, lengthen. Now lower the right knee, lower the left knee, bring the pelvis to the floor, come down onto your tummy. Come down onto your tummy, so your forehead's on the ground. Point those toes. Draw in the core, clench the bum, tighten the thighs, lengthen the legs, lift the knees and feet off the ground. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift the hand and forearm up and lower. Lift the hand and forearm up and lower. Lift the hand and forearm up. Bring the whole arm up into the air. Touch the elbow down. Bring that arm up. Touch that elbow down. Bring that arm up. Pulse those arms in the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold them up at 1. Lift those eyes up, lift the forehead just an inch away from the floor. Take those hands out wide like a scarecrow. Bring the back of the hands to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take those hands down over your bum. Turn the palms up. Hold the hands above your back, above your bum. Hold them together. Push those hands away from the head. Push those shoulders away from the floor. Draw the core in, lift it up. Clench the bum. Push those hands down. Lift the left leg up for 3, 2, 1. Lift the right leg. 3, 2, 1. Lift both legs. 3, 2, 1. Push those hands down towards the feet, reaching them. Arms should be about 45 degrees, pushing the hands up and away. Breathing in, push, and push, and push, and release. Let go of those hands, bring them all the way back round so the fingertips are level with the top of the head. Let those legs lay on the floor. Breathing in, relax, breathing out. Clench the bum, push the pubic bone in the floor, lift the legs, draw the core in, lift the belly, push the forearms into the ground, lift that chest and upper body up, come into that cobra, pushing those feet away. Legs are off the floor, pushing the head towards the front of the mat, eyes looking down still. Bottom rib on the ground, tummy buttons soft on the floor, pubic bones pushing hard into the ground. Slide those hands down towards the bottom ribs, pull those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push off the hands, come onto those thighs, breathing in. Push off those hands, come onto those knees, breathing out. Pull those shoulders back, tighten the thighs. Push those knees off the ground, push the head away from the toes. Drop the knees, push that bum in the air and go back into child pose. All the way back, stretching that back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Move those fingers. Lift the thumb off the floor, second finger, third finger, thumb down, like a wave with your fingers. Put the hands all flat on the floor, reach them away, pull the knees apart, come up onto all fours. Turn the toes over, soles of the feet pushing to the floor, breathing in. On the out breath, push up off your knees and come into down dog. Soft knees, armpits down towards those toes. Armpits down towards the toes, tummy button on the thighs. Push that right heel down to the floor. Push that left heel down to the floor. Push that right heel down, push the knee back. Join the left knee, make the left foot do the same thing. So both heels are down, both knees pushing back. Tummy button towards the thighs, armpits towards the toes. Loosen that head and neck. Bring that left leg straight up in the air behind you. Bend that knee, drop the foot behind, lift that knee up. Stretch through that side. Keep that right knee pointing to that right hand. Swing that left foot through between your hands. Stretch that right leg back, lower that groin down to the floor. Lift those eyes up. Drop that back knee to the floor, pushing the chest forward. Take the left knee, pull it out wide. Lift yourself up onto your front knee and your back knee, pushing this pubic bone forward. Take this right arm up into the sky. Reach that right arm up high. Stretching through the front of this back leg, stretching through the hips, stretching through the armpits. Release that hand, come all the way down to the floor, one hand either side of the front foot. Turn the back toes over. Glide backwards, straighten that front leg. Pull the toes to your nose. Push the toes away. Pull the toes up. Push them away. Bend that front knee, glide that groin forward towards that front heel. Push through that groin, stretching. Walk this front foot across to the other hand. Lower that front knee down to the floor. Hold the foot. Hold the foot. Don't let it slide back. Hold it just here for a second. Breathing in. Now let that back leg slide back. Let go of that front foot. Lower yourself down over that front leg. Push those hands away. Push those hands in front. Breathing in, stretching through that front glute. Walk these hands back towards this front leg. Lift yourself up. Stretch through the front of that body. Push that back leg away. Take those hands off the floor, hold them behind you. Reach and stretch, opening that chest. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release those hands. Push them out on the floor in front. Lower yourself all the way down. Breathing in. Breathing out, release that bum. Walk your hands back towards this front leg. One hand either side on the mat. Turn the back toe over. Lift the back knee off the floor. Push that bum up into the air and come into down dog. Soften the knees to start with. Bring the tummy onto the thighs. Bring the armpits towards the toes. Push those heels down to the ground. Straight arms. Heads between your elbows. Chest is down. Stretching, pushing those knees back. Weight on the left leg. Pushing that left heel down. Bring that right leg up into the air. Bend that right knee. Drop it down behind. Looking through under your armpit. Stretching through that right hip. Swing that right foot forward in between your hands. Stretching that left leg back. Move the right leg out to the side. Lift that chest up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Drop that back knee to the floor. Feel the stretch through the front of the back hip. Pushing the groin down towards that front foot. Opening the shoulders. Pulling those shoulders back and down. Pushing the head up away from those toes. Breathing in, push off this front foot, come up onto the knee and the foot. Keeping that groin down towards the floor, keeping the tummy button, groin, pube, and breastbone all in a vertical line. Bring that left hand up into the sky, breathing in. Push that left hand up, push that left knee down, breathing out. Stretching, stretching through the hips, stretching through the front of the leg, stretching through the arms, stretching through the armpits. Release that hand, bring one hand either side of the front foot, glide the bum backwards, straighten that front leg. Point those toes, flex that ankle, point those toes, flex that ankle, point those toes. Bend that front knee, glide the body forward and walk that front foot across to the other hand. Lower that front knee down to the floor, extending that back leg away. Keep this front leg at 90 degrees to the mat. Hold it here for a second. Feel that stretch in the glutes, breathing in. Breathing out, release that front hand, lower those arms out in front of you. And let that front leg slide, let the glutes stretch, breathing in. Breathing out, release those armpits, release the chest. Walk those hands back either side of this front leg, lift yourself up. Trying to get that pelvis vertical, take hold of those hands behind you, lifting your chest up high. Push those hands away, lengthen, breathing in. Breathing out, push those hands away. Breathing in. Breathing out, stretching, release those hands, put them on the floor in front, slide them all the way out forward, stretching through this front hip, breathing in, breathing out. Walk those hands back towards this front leg, lift yourself up, turn the back toe over, lift the back knee off the floor, lengthen. Push that bum in the air. Bring those feet next to each other, back into down dog. Armpits down towards those toes, tummy to the thighs. Push that right heel back. Push that left heel back. Have those legs parallel. Loosen that head and neck. Just giving it a little rock. And then glide yourself forward onto your knees and your hands. Drop your knees to the ground. Turn the inside of the elbows forward, middle fingers parallel. Put the tops of the toes down on the floor. Turn that back up. Pushing the tailbone down, eyes down. Turn that tailbone up, bring the belly down, bring those eyes. Come into neutral. Bring the right ear to that right hip. And that left ear to that left hip. Come back into neutral. Turn that left palm up, push it through under that right arm. Stretching that back. Stretching those shoulders, turning. Breathing in on the out breath, push off that right hand, bring that left hand up into the sky. Open that chest, push it forward. Breathing in on the out breath, swing that arm through under that shoulder. Reaching, stretching. Push off that right hand, bring the hands next to each other on the mat. Turn the tailbone down, push the back up. Turn that tailbone up, push that back down. Come into neutral. Palm up of the right hand, push it through under that left arm. Breathing in. Push that right hand through. Then pushing off the left hand, bring that right hand all the way up into the sky. Stretching, breathing in. Breathing out, release that arm, push it through under the other arm. Stretching through that shoulder. Pushing off that right hand, left hand, bring that right arm up into the sky again. And then put those hands next to each other on the mat. Turn that tailbone down, push the back up. Turn the tailbone up, bring the belly down, bring those eyes to the sky, spreading those glutes, pulling those knees apart. Come into neutral. Walk your knees forward and sit yourself down on the mat. Legs out in front. Feet out in front, nice and straight. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Put the hands on the floor. Push that chest forward. Take the chin up to the sky. Jut your chin up and stretch your throat. And then release. Bring those eyes in front. Pull those shoulders back. Push off those hands. Push that breastbone up. Bring the belly up. Slide those hands forward on the floor. Tighten the thighs. Pull those knees into the ground. Bring those arms all the way up into the sky, all the way round in a circle. Pull the toes towards your nose. Dust the floor. Bring the arms up. Leave the hands in the sky this time. Palms together. Push those hands up high. Lift the breastbone. Pull the tummy button forward. Tighten the thighs. Pull the knees down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release your arms. Rest them on your legs. And roll your shoulders. Happy Saturday.